What's up, everybody? I am Consuela, and welcome to Consuela's Corner. And it is my birthday, if you notice all the balloons everywhere, so don't be startled. It is a party because we have DJ Cassidy with us. Hello, my friend.
How are you?
Super charming. If you've ever seen his video, Calling All Hearts, he's that way in person. I was just smitten when I saw him. I saw the video for the first time with Jessie J and Robin Thicke,
yes.
and I was just like, huh? I know his name, but I've never seen him before. Like, he's awesome. He's awesome. So let's backtrack.
I'm starting to blush.
DJ Cassidy, you have DJed for pretty much everybody that is anybody in the music business, from Jay-Z to Justin Timberlake to who else? You've done parties for?
To Puffy, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Mary J. Blige, L.A. Reid, Naomi Campbell, Anna Wintour, Oprah Winfrey.
That's what I thought.
President Obama.
See?
I was the first DJ to ever play a presidential inauguration. I was the first DJ to ever play at the White House. I DJed the presidents and the first lady's 50th birthday parties.
Wow. This is royalty. This is DJ royalty here, so be jealous of me.
No. I was, I was just a hip-hop kid who asked my parents for 2 turntables and a mixer for my 10th birthday. And I never dreamt any of this because who could have ever dreamt such crazy things? People often say, is it a dream come true playing for the president? I say no, because who could have dreamt that?
Yeah.
I really just
And who would think that the president would actually have a DJ at their party? You would think like it would be all stuffy with a live band and orchestra or something playing, but our president definitely likes to have a good time.
Yeah, well, our president has definitely been a leader in many ways and has embraced the young people in very new and exciting ways, embraces music in new and exciting ways. And,
absolutely.
And I was one small part of that and feel very, very grateful to have been there on those occasions and to have, been a part of his celebrations. Not 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times, but many times now.
Wow. So you've been DJing for how long? You started in your teens?
I've been DJing for over 20 years. I started DJing when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Started making money as a DJ when I was 10 years old. And by the time I was 18, I was DJing around the world, from New York City, my hometown, to Miami, to LA, to Europe, and then came Asia, and then Australia. I've been to Africa with Oprah when she opened her school, and I've been to many cities, countries, and continents I could have never dreamt in my wildest imagination.
So you started at 10 years old, and this is like when you were DJing on wax, right? You weren't DJing with Serato back then.
No, Serato was only invented about 7-8 years ago.
Okay, so you were that
this
young.
Was vinyl, 9 crates of records.
Really learning the
trunk
craft
of
of DJing.
Yeah, although the craft is the same now.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Serato has not enabled you to DJ better than you did before. It's enabled people to DJ without vinyl, so it's created more DJs because you don't need the hassle of having to shop for vinyl or carry vinyl, but it doesn't make you better.
Yeah.
It might serve to make you a DJ faster, but it doesn't make you a good one faster.
So can you say that again?
Has
I think they
helped.
need to hear that again. If you're listening right now, watching right now, and you want to be a DJ, what did you just say about the technology? Not that it's a bad thing.
What was I saying?
That it's not. It doesn't make you better.
It doesn't make you better. It makes it faster to become a DJ because you don't need to shop for vinyl or to carry vinyl. So if you have music on your computer, it's a faster trip to the craft, but it still takes the same practice. It still takes the same emotions in your hand. And, that's a good thing. Technology has only helped. Serato gets a very bad rap. It's helped me in many ways. I went from carrying 9 crates of records with 100 songs in each crate. That's 900 songs. I now have over 9,000 songs.
Right.
In one bag. And songs are the weapons you need to rock the party.
Right.
And so the more songs, the more weapons, the more you rock the party. And I've always wanted to play all music for all people all over the world. That was my motto. as a young kid, and I'm able to live that motto more if I carry more music.
So, as a DJ, when you were younger and you started to travel a lot, were your parents receptive and open to you traveling, or were they like, "Oh, this is a dead end. You need to go to school. You need to do this"?
Well, I graduated high school and then I went to college, NYU, and graduated with a 3.9 GPA. All the while, DJing every night and traveling the world. So, I never, stopped my school. My schooling. I never stopped my education for 1 second. As I look back, no, I mean it's just I just always planned to go to college. So when I had a DJ career, the education didn't stop.
Good.
But my career as a DJ was never a discussion. It just happened. By the time I graduated college, the discussion of where are you applying for a job just was a moot point. It just no longer existed.
Because you had already
Well, I had a full career.
Yeah.
I had a full career, and there were people who were not in school who had that as a career. It hadn't been a hobby since my late teens, so there was really no way around that.
Okay.
So that discussion actually never happened. It just happened.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So how did the transition come in from being just a DJ to being a producer and now
And a recording artist.
Well,
we've discussed how early I started as a DJ and who I've been able to play for throughout the years, which has been one kind of surreal like privilege after another, to be able to DJ for so many cultural icons, whether in music or fashion or in politics even. But no matter where I've played, whether it was in front of those people who we all admire and look up to, or just your average guy at a hip-hop club in New York, the average guy at a house music club in Saint-Tropez, I've always made it my mission to play all music for all people all over the world. So I could go anywhere and play any kind of music. I was never restricted by genre, era.
Those are my favorite types of DJs.
Yeah, well, I think those make the best DJs because I think those, I think the DJs that can really capture everyone are the ones that obviously capture the most people and capture them in the most exciting ways. So I always made it my mission to be that. But no matter where I went, I saw one thing. I saw the soul music of the late 1970s and early 1980s as an era of music that continuously proved to be the most universal dance music, no matter where I went. And it was that era of music that I felt was the one kind of music that spoke to everyone, and truly made everyone smile, everyone dance, and literally turned every party into a celebration.
Yeah.
So throughout the years, that music became a huge part of my career. It never became what I played every night, but it became what I was known for in many circles, particularly with all the people who we discussed. They were calling on me to bring the spirit of this music to their party.
Okay.
And that music really became my heart and my soul, pun intended. And that was kind of an exciting thing to kind of watch unfold, although it's hard to watch as you're living it. But as I look back, because that music wasn't where I started. I was a hip-hop kid, and I wanted to contribute to hip-hop culture, but in looking up to Kool Herc and Afrika Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash, hip-hop brought me backwards. What I saw was my heroes weren't playing hip-hop because there wasn't any.
Oh, wow.
So they were playing all kinds of music, right? To create hip-hop, what were they playing? Soul, funk, disco, rock and roll, reggae, Latin music. They were playing everything.
Right.
To create this hybrid called hip-hop. So I made it my mission to play everything, and I saw this one music, the soul music of the late 70s and early 80s, as being so universal. And I wanted to bring that sound, that spirit, and that emotion of that infectious, explosive era back to young people today. So 4 years ago, I set out on this mission. to bring back what I believe to be the greatest dance music of all time, back to nightlife, back to the airways, back to the dance floor. And that began the journey of my debut album, Paradise Royale, 4 years ago.
Paradise Royale. So this album, which we already know the two singles right now are Calling All Hearts.
Calling All Hearts featuring Robin Thicke and Jessie J. And Make the World Go Round featuring R. Kelly. And there's another 8 songs on the album that feel like this, that sound like this.
And when is the album coming out?
The album comes out in August.
Okay.
And to create this album, I reunited 22 of the most legendary musicians of this era, of the late 1970s and early 1980s.
Give me some.
In one room for the first time in over 30 years to capture their definitive sound with no samples, no covers, no machine.
What?
So Verdine White of Earth, Wind & Fire, Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind & Fire, Larry Dunn of Earth, Wind & Fire, Robert Coolbell of Kool and the Gang, Nile Rodgers of Chic, John J. Robinson and Bobby Watson of Chaka Khan and Rufus, Ray Parker Jr., Patrice Rushen, Wawa Watson, Marcus Miller, almost every living musician who played on Off the Wall and Thriller from Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. All these guys are playing every single note of every single song on my debut album. So Make the World Go Round and Calling All Hearts,
No
the
wonder.
2 singles that you can hear on iTunes now.
It makes sense.
There are no machines in this music. This is all live, played by the most legendary musicians. And then I said, that's not enough. I need new modern day young voices to bring a new life to this music, to bring it to young people.
Voices.
So I put together 13 modern day soulful voices, but of all genres. Not only R&B music, but rock and roll, electronic, pop music, all genres of music from today. All walks of life, all voices coming together under one sound.
So we know Make the World Go Round with R. Kelly. We have Jessie J and Robin Thicke. Who else is on the album?
John Legend, Estelle, Kelly Rowland, Melanie Fiona, Mary J. Blige, Chromeo, Passion Pit, Neo, CeeLo Green, Robin Thicke, Jessie J, R. Kelly, and Usher.
Sickness, okay? Crazy Town. Paradise Royale, and it's out in August.
Yes, my debut album, Paradise Royale, out in August, and my 2 singles, Calling All Hearts, featuring Robin Thicke and Jessie J, and Make the World Go Round, featuring R. Kelly, are on iTunes now, and the videos are on YouTube as well. The R. Kelly video actually was shot in Chicago.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Well, you need to. It only came out 10 days ago,
Okay.
and the video was shot 2 months ago in Chicago. And this was, recruiting R. Kelly is no simple task.
Yes, I know.
I flew to Chicago from New York, where I live. I flew to Chicago 8 times over 20 months. Went to 6 shows on his tour. Went to his book signing at Barnes & Noble, bought his book, and waited in line for 7 hours.
What?
This was before a record deal, before budget, spending thousands of dollars to travel to Chicago with no guarantee that this man would even ever see me.
Wow.
And he recorded the most incredible song, Make the World Go Round, the most incredible symbol of what I want this music to stand for. And shot an amazing video and wore a matching outfit and my DJ suit, pink and green varsity jacket. I mean, he has just come through in so many ways, but so has every singer on the album. And I have a crazy story like that for every song on the album.
Awesome.
I mean, to recruit CeeLo, I crashed a $25,000 played black tie fundraiser at Cipriani Wall Street in New York, put on a tuxedo, walked in, found the dressing room, knocked on his door.
You're
I have
brave.
crazy stories,
That's awesome.
And people often say, "Oh, you must have known everyone." And I knew some. I've known Mary for years, and I knew Robin, and I knew John for years. But most of the artists I really had no relationship with.
So you just had to do grassroots type.
Yeah, and I didn't want to pitch this project on the phone or on email or on text. I had to have these artists look in my eyes and see the honesty and sincerity and passion.
Yes.
For this music, and I had to tell my story and explain my vision to them in person, and I made sure I did that with every last person.
Well, before we go, because they're telling us that we have to stop talking, but I want to know about your style. If you notice, I have on some beautiful gold pieces. He lent them to me for this interview alone, and this beautiful lion.
Here we have a vintage Kenneth J. Lane gold lion heads cuff circa mid 80s, and here we have a vintage gold pearl beaded necklace, I think circa 1970s.
This is awesome. So what do you wear? You have the same type of
Yeah, I go to
stuff
vintage
on?
stores. There's actually a couple
love vintage
amazing
as
vintage
well.
stores here in Chicago
There
for
are.
jewelry. One is called the Vintage Underground, which actually went the day before we shot the video for Make the World Go Round. All the
I've been
jewelry
there
in the Make
before.
the World Go Round video was bought the day before in Chicago.
Wow.
And actually has all broke since because I was jumping up and down at Wembley Stadium. I performed Calling All Hearts at Wembley Stadium for 85,000 people with Jessie J last week.
Right.
And as I was jumping up and down, the pearls had a pearl splatter over the crowd. So you have to constantly replenish.
So obviously your style is uniquely your own. I was gonna ask you if you hire a stylist, but I can tell that
I
this
don't.
is all you,
I don't,
right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Can I have the jacket? It was my birthday yesterday.
You can have the jacket. You can have the pink suede pants.
The
I'll walk out of
pants?
here naked if you want me to.
Baby, look, these pink suede pants
Have you touched
are
them yet?
everything.
You should.
I didn't know if I could. Oh no, this is like not suede. This is like heaven on his legs. Okay,
It's not suede. It's leg heaven.
It's leg heaven. Those are hot. Those are super hot. I just wanted to commend you, sir. Yes.
Thank you. No.
Yes.
No.
I bow to the
I
fashion.
I to
Yes,
you.
I
This
love
lady
it.
right here has the best energy and spirit I've ever seen in my life. She
Thank
just
you.
lights up a room.
Real quick before we go, I want to ask you a few things, but you have to pick one, okay?
Pick one to answer.
Pick one. I'm going to give you a couple of
Okay.
options, but you can only pick one,
Okay.
okay? If you were tired, you only had a few minutes to spare, would you choose a quickie or a nap?
A quickie.
A quickie or a nap?
A quickie.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
A quickie. He says a quickie. A guy that's, so even if you're tired, a quickie. Give you energy. Gives you life.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's the answer.
Old school versus new school. Shaka Khan in her heyday or Erykah Badu?
Shaka Khan in her heyday.
Beyonce or Tina Turner in her heyday?
Beyonce.
Donna Summer in her heyday or Rihanna?
Tough one. Donna Summer.
Donna Summer. She's my favorite.
That's a tough one.
I know, right? Health nut or junk food junkie?
Health nut.
I love it. Lastly, boxers or briefs?
Both.
Boxer briefs?
No,
Or
it
just
depends
either
on the
or?
pants. To be honest, boxers
That's what every
to
guy
me,
says.
No, because I mean, I'm a boxer guy. They're way more comfortable, but they're not sexy. So if I'm seeing a girl, I don't wear boxers.
Okay. So, what do you, commando, or are you going?
No, I'm wearing boxers right now.
Okay.
And if
but
I'm
you're
seeing a girl, boxer trunks, they
like
call
the
them.
okay.
They're trunks. They're
The
between the
briefs.
long ones and the short ones.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but boxers are way more comfortable.
I just
Do you
learned a
remember
lot
what
about
Biggie
this
said?
man.
Wear boxers. That was a Biggie line. Do you remember what Biggie said?
No.
He said, "Wear boxers, summer can breathe."
Oh.
It was,
That's what every
unbelievable.
guy says, that they prefer boxers, but they do the boxer brief thingies.
Well, it's like women say, no women really like wearing thongs. Let's just be honest.
I know
okay?
a lot that do, and I think it's ridiculous.
No, they're lying.
Right?
And especially women don't like to sleep in thongs.
No.
So, to all the guys out there, when a woman stops sleeping in a thong, you know that you have shifted to level 2. You are now going downhill.
Not true.
I'm such a thong fan that I actually sometimes I
going
prefer
downhill?
seeing a girl in a thong rather than seeing her completely
Without-
naked.
right?
The thong is such a beautiful accentuation. There really is nothing like a black lace thong.
I'll remember that.
In fact, R. Kelly just made an album dedicated
Black
to black lace
panties.
thongs, black panties. Talking a lot about Robert today, but we are in his hometown.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You're a lot of fun. I appreciate you for
Thank
stopping
you.
by to hang out with us. Before they
Thank
kick
you.
us out, once again, his name is DJ Cassidy. Make sure you go get the album. It comes out in August. It is called Paradise Royale, and I will be the first one to get it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my love.
You smell delicious.
Thank you. It's a